Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Javon Key. So quite a bit to get through, including your gas prices, so you want to stick around for that. But let's start off with some more from Statin's press briefing today. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, says it has changed how it captures and reports labor statistics in the country. The agency released the findings of the revised labor force survey on Wednesday. Deputy Director General of Statin, Leisha Delati-Bodair, says Jamaica's unemployment rate, which is now also represented under the category Labor Underutilization LU1, stood at 5.4% as of January 2024.
Equating to 80,700 persons who were without employment but were available and seeking work. The unemployment rate for males was 4%, and for females, 7.1%. When examined by age group, the unemployment rate was highest for youth at 16.0% and lowest for persons 55 years or older at 1.7%.
The labor force survey now looks at the minimum age group of 15 years, up from 14. This and the new LU reference forms part of changes to the local labor force survey coming out of the International Conference for Labor Statisticians, ICLS. The reference week for the survey is now the first full week in the quarter under review versus the last week of the previous quarter, as is the case in the previous approach. There have also been some tweaks to the definitions used. Dr. Natalie Simpson is the director for the surveys division at Statin.
An employed person is any person who works for pay or profit in cash or kind, whether the payment is received or not, paid directly to the person or indirectly to a household member. A person is classified as employed at work or employed not at work.
That person must work for a minimum 1 hour in the reference week. As for unemployment,
previously, we would use what we call the relaxed definition. That is, the person is not employed and they are available for work, but they may or may not be seeking employment. Now, we're using the strict definition, which requires that people meet all three criteria. You're not employed, you're available for work, and you're seeking employment.
The two segments combined make up the labor force, with those not in either group being outside the labor force.
In January 2024, there were 669,400 individuals who were outside the labor force. This group had a higher representation of females, 399,200, compared to males, 270,200.
Persons who are in unpaid forms of work are no longer considered employed, and some groups previously considered unemployed will now be outside the labor force. The level of education and what sector it falls into may also be captured in the new survey. The new labor force survey also means this data cannot be correctly compared to the labor force data from previous years. And set to those fuel prices, now all categories of fuel will decline effective Thursday. Each liter of 87 and 90 gasoline will sell for $1.17 less. Diesel will fall by $1.08 per liter, while ultra-low sulfur diesel will decline by $1.19. $3.06 will be shaved off the cost of kerosene. Propane will decline by 69 cents, while butane will drop by 25 cents. Each gas station will make these adjustments, which include a markup on the ex-refinery rate offered by Petrojam. The rates are influenced by the U.S. Gulf reference price. To some company news now, the RJ Aglina Communications Group has selected a Chief Financial Officer CFO designate. Carla Stevens Hall started with the group on July 8, 2024. She will continue to understudy the current CFO, Andrea Messam, at least until the end of August, after which she will assume the role. Ms. Messam has opted to proceed on early retirement at the end of December 2024. She has held the position of CFO for more than 16 years. Mrs. Stevenson Hall served as CFO of Progressive Group for the past 4 years. She has also held senior management roles at Massey Technologies, Flow, and Digicel, as well as PwC. To the foreign currency market now, trading ended with banks and Cambio selling the American dollar for an average $157.33. The Canadian is going for $115.65. $201.41 is the average value of the pound, while the euro is going for $174.84. Finally, to the stock market, the JSE index advanced by 497 points, while the junior market index rose by 29 points. Among the 39 winners were Scotia Group Jamaica, Derrimont Trading Company, Proven Group, Innovative Energy Group, and JMMB Group 5.75% US dollar cumulative redeemable preference shares. The 41 losers included Medical Disposables and Supplies, Edufocal, 138 Student Living Jamaica Variable Preference Shares, ISP Finance Services, and MFS Capital Partners, now 19 stocks traded firm. And that's the business day. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.